And then it tells you about a couple of mitzvot from the Ten Commandments. Ish imo ve'aviv tirau, ve'et shabbatai tishmoru, ki ani Adonai Elohechem. A person must fear his mother and father, and he must observe Shabbat. Why? Because I'm Hashem, your God. Don't turn to the idols, the molten gods. Don't make for yourselves, and so on and so forth. So first and foremost, he says, your very basics, day to day, understand you have parents. Whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, it's irrelevant. You have to have some level of fear for your parents. If you don't fear your parents, you're less than an animal. Less than an animal. Because even the puppy outside is scared of his mom. Even the elephant has a little baby, the baby is scared of his mom, scared of his dad. If you don't have some level of respect for your mom and dad, you're less than an animal. That's ben adam lechavero. That's some person needs to understand. This is one person to another. This is just to identify yourself as a human being. If you're talking to your mom and dad like they're your boys, like they're your friends, you call your dad or your mom by their first name, you're less than an animal. In the Torah world, you're not even allowed to sit in your father's chair. You're not even allowed to sit in your father's chair. Father has a chair wherever it is, the chair in the living room, chair in the head of the table, wherever it is. One of the members of the family, you're not allowed to sit there. Forget about talk to him like he's your friend. Forget about that. Even sit in his chair, if you understood all of the halachot of honoring your parents, you start shaking of how far we are. Especially this generation. Especially this generation. We talk to our parents like they're our friends. We yell at them sometimes because they don't do this or they don't do that. Sometimes we see them arguing with each other, which is a bad mistake on their part to argue in front of the kids, but nonetheless, we get involved. No, Abba, you shouldn't say this. No, Ima, he's right. Who are you to tell them right or left? Well, I have an opinion. Okay, keep it to yourself, that opinion. When you have a wife, when you have a husband, you can express that opinion as much as you want. When you're still in their house, no opinion. Hashem says, fear them, and then it says, fear me. So Chachamim explain, fearing your parents is not only part of the Ten Commandments, but Hashem specifically puts it here to remind you that fearing your parents and honoring them is just like honoring Hashem. Dishonoring them is like dishonoring Hashem. Mom and dad is considered like as if you're honoring Hashem. If your mom and dad tell you to go violate Shabbat, remember, I'm Hashem, I come first. There's no mom and dad. Your mom and dad are your mom and dad so long as they don't tell you to go against Hashem. If your mom and dad tell you to go against Hashem, remember, I'm Hashem, your God. Not just your mom and dad, I'm your God. Higher than your mom and dad. If your mom and dad tell you to go to yeshiva, tell you to be tzadikah, tell you to be tzaddik, no problem. You honor them like you honor God. If they're going to connect you to me through Shabbat, good. Honor them like you honor me. If they're going to separate you from me by telling you to violate Shabbat or other mitzvot, I come first. Hashem comes first.